Have you ever watched your furry best friend, dead to the world, twitching and whimpering in their sleep, and thought, what is going on in there? Are they chasing a giant, talking squirrel? Finally catching their own tail? Or maybe, just maybe, they're dreaming about you. Well, today, we're peeling back the curtain on the secret dream world of dogs. We'll look at the science of what happens when they sleep, and then take a guess at the wild, wonderful, and honestly, probably hilarious movies playing in their heads. What we're learning will surprise and delight you. So, stick around, because we're about to decode your dog's dreams. The big question, do dogs even dream? Alright, let's get the biggest question out of the way first. Do dogs actually dream? The answer from scientists is a resounding, tail-wagging yes. While we can't exactly ask our dogs to keep a dream journal, the scientific evidence is pretty overwhelming. It all comes down to their sleep cycle, which is a whole lot like ours. Just like people, dogs go through several stages of sleep, including the famous REM sleep, that's short for rapid eye movement. REM sleep is that deep, active phase where our most vivid dreams happen. Scientists have hooked up sleeping dogs to monitoring equipment and found that their brainwave patterns during REM are almost identical to those of humans who are dreaming. For an average dog, the dream state usually kicks in about 20 minutes after they doze off. You'll know it when you see it. Their breathing might get a little irregular. Their eyes will start darting around behind their eyelids, and of course, you'll see the twitches. That's the classic sign that the movie is starting in their mind's eye. So next time you see those paws paddling, you can be sure your dog is officially dreaming. The science of slumber. So we know they dream, but how does it all work? What's happening inside that furry head is controlled by a really clever bit of brain biology. During REM sleep, the brain is buzzing, almost like it's awake. But there's a safety switch involved. This switch is a part of the brainstem called the pons, and its job is to keep the body on lockdown, preventing our dogs and us from physically acting out our dreams. You can thank the pons for making sure you do actually try to fly when you read dreaming of being a superhero. Scientists figured out a brilliant way to see what happens when that safety switch is turned off. In some famous experiments, researchers temporarily disabled the pons in sleeping dogs. Freed from their physical paralysis, the dogs started to act out their dreams. And what did they do? They dreamed about doing normal dog things. Pointers started pointing at dream birds, and Dobermans chased dream burglars. This was a huge deal because it essentially confirmed that dogs dream about their waking lives. Similar studies with rats showed the same thing. After having rats run a maze, scientists saw the exact same patterns of neurons fired during their REM sleep, suggesting they were rerunning the course in their dreams. Since dog brains are much more complex, it's safe to say their dreams are rich replays of their day. They're quite literally reliving their greatest hits. So, what are they dreaming about? This is where it gets really fun. Based on what science tells us, we can make some very educated and heartwarming guesses about what's on the big screen in your dog's mind. It's based on something called the continuity hypothesis, which is just a fancy way of saying we tend to dream about our daily lives and concerns. And for your dog, daily life revolves around a few very important things. First, and most importantly, they are probably dreaming about you. Dr. Deirdre Barrett, a psychologist at Harvard Medical School, has researched sleep extensively and believes that since dogs are so attached to their humans, it's very likely they dream about us. Your dog's dream world is probably filled with your face, your smell, and how it feels to be with you. They might be reliving a game of fetch, a good belly rub, or just snuggling up next to you on the couch. So when you see that tail wagging in their sleep, there's a good chance you're the star of the show. Second, they're dreaming of their greatest adventures. A dog's life is full of sensory explosions. The smell of a forgotten sandwich on the sidewalk, the thrill of wind in their fur during a car ride, the triumph of chasing a squirrel up a tree. Dreams are the brain's way of processing and solidifying memories. So it makes perfect sense that their nightly movies are replays of their favorite activities. That little woof you hear, it might be them telling off a mailman. And those running legs are almost certainly chasing an imaginary ball in a huge, sunny park. Third, they could be dreaming about their job. Many dog breeds were bred for specific tasks, and those instincts run deep. A border collie might dream of herding a flock of dream sheep. A beagle's nose might twitch as it follows a fascinating dream. A German shepherd could be dreaming of protecting its family. These aren't just random fantasies. They're expressions of their very nature, hardwired into their DNA. And finally, let's not forget the absurd. While dreams are rooted in reality, they can get weird. So, who's to say your dog isn't dreaming of a world where squeaky toys grow on trees, or where they finally get to take a bite out of the Thanksgiving turkey? Maybe they're the hero of an action movie, saving you from an invasion of vacuum cleaners. The possibilities are as endless as their personalities. Puppy dreams versus senior slumbers. Not all dog dreams are the same, and age plays a big role. You've probably noticed that puppies are incredibly active sleepers. They twitch and squeak way more than adult dogs, and there's a good reason for it. Puppies are taking in a massive amount of new information every day, and they need more dream time to process it all. Plus, that safety switch, the paws, is still developing in puppies. This means they're less paralyzed during sleep, leading to those adorable, full-body twitches and sleep-running sessions. They spend more time in REM sleep, which means more dreams to help them make sense of a brand new world. Senior dogs also tend to move more in their sleep, but for a different reason. As dogs get older, the paws can become less efficient, just like in older humans, which can also lead to them acting out their dreams a bit more. Interestingly, the size of a dog also seems to affect dream patterns. Studies suggest smaller dogs have more frequent but shorter dreams. A tiny poodle might have a new dream every 10 minutes or so. In contrast, a big golden retriever might only dream once every hour and a half, but their dreams are longer and more detailed. Nightmares, or just noisy naps. If dogs have good dreams, it's logical that they can have bad ones, too. Yes, dogs can likely have nightmares. These bad dreams might be triggered by stress, anxiety, or a past trauma. A rescue dog with a tough history, or a dog with a deep fear of thunderstorms, might relive those feelings in their sleep. The signs of a nightmare can be more intense than regular dream twitches. You might hear distressed whimpering, crying, or even scared-sounding growls. As tempting as it is to wake them up, the universal advice is to let sleeping dogs lie. A dog woken suddenly from a scary dream can be disoriented and might lash out defensively, not recognizing where they are or who you are for a moment. The best thing to do is wait for them to wake up on their own and then be there with a calm voice and a reassuring cuddle. It's also important to tell the difference between a nightmare and a seizure. A seizure often involves the whole body becoming rigid with violent tremors, and the dog can't be easily woken. After a seizure, a dog will usually seem disoriented and distressed, while a dog waking from a dream will be back to normal pretty quickly. If your dog's sleep is often disturbed, or you're concerned, it's always smart to talk to your vet. But for the most part, an occasional bad dream is just a normal part of being a dog. We've walked through the science and the speculation, but the most interesting dream laboratory is right there in your own home. Every dog is an individual, with their own personality, fears, and joys, and their dreams are sure to reflect that. So I have to ask, what do you think your dog dreams about? Based on their personality, what adventures are they having every night? Drop a comment below and tell us about your dog's dream world. I can't wait to read about their adventures. And if you've enjoyed this peek into the canine mind, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more adventures into the animal kingdom. From chasing squirrels to chasing dream burglars, from reliving a perfect day to snuggling up with you in their mind, a dog's dream world is as rich as their waking one. While we may never know the exact details of their slumbering stories, science gives us a beautiful glimpse. It confirms what dog lovers have always suspected. They have deep inner lives filled with emotion, memory, and love. The best way to give your dog sweet dreams is to give them a happy, safe, and adventure-filled life. So tonight, when you see your dog's paws start to paddle and their whiskers begin to twitch, you'll know they aren't just sleeping, they're remembering. they're feeling, and they're living a whole other secret life. And chances are, you're right there with them, the hero of their happiest dreams. Thanks for watching.